Okay, and this side, again, it was all V-Berth, and we got the cabinetry built in. This one here, very big blankets and such. Under here is not so much storage under this side, it's just the water. And a little bit of storage in behind over here again. Lots of bookshelves. And over here on that one, that's our liquor cabinet where we keep our wine and rum and stuff. Because all good sailors drink rum.
You have to have rum on a boat.
You have to have rum on a boat. Whether you drink it or not, somebody's going to.
I don't know if you saw my round Salt Spring race that I did in May, but I had saved a bottle of rum for an entire year.
Yeah.
So last year, Ray brought a bottle of Jerry's Sailor rum. This is the same bottle. I've been saving it for 1 year so we could have a celebratory drink for this year's race. So it's been sitting in there for a whole year.
Sweet.
And so thanks, Ray, for that. I don't see a bottle in your hand though for this year, for next year.
Well.
Sante?
I saw that. That's a lot of willpower.
Yeah. Well, there's a new bottle of rum on it, and this time I wrote on the bottle, "Do not open till Round Salt Spring 2016."
Oh, perfect.
So
you're drinking aged rum. And then forward here, this was all just open. Mm-hmm. So we got it all closed in and put some doors in here, and it's a good sized locker. I put a light in it. And in the back of it is my day tank for the heater. Originally when I installed the heater, I didn't go with a day tank. I just went with a pulse pump. But what inevitably happened there was the pump drove me nuts. Mm-hmm. I would be in bed and you'd be laying there waiting for the tick.
Yeah.
Tick. Then you'd wait. Tick. There was no sleeping. It was waiting for a tick. So that drove me nuts. So I put a gravity feed in there, and it's silent, and you sleep well.
Yeah. you gotta sleep well on a boat.
You do.
Yeah.
And for the head, basically I changed all the doors. The old doors were tired, so we put new doors in. And then in the head, we really didn't do a lot of work in the head other than just changing the cabinetry itself. Just put some wood in there and got rid of the old stuff and just spruced it up. I did also move the location of the hot and cold water. It used to be over where this stainless piece is. It's different now. It's very functional. They're a good size head. They're not huge. Would be nice to have a more modern boat with a separate shower stall, but you can shower in here just fine. Mm-hmm. Just fine. And finally, forward is the V-Berth. Nothing real special was done in the V-Berth. A little bit more cabinetry was made here, and all the white wood. That's all new. And other than that, it's just a V-Berth. Very cozy. This is where I sleep, and I love it up here.
Is there storage under, or is it a holding tank?
The holding tank is underneath there, so there's not really a lot of storage up here. Just a little bit of the locker here. And this last summer, I had a lot of water in here, like this much water under the bunk one time, crossing the strait. It was a white water day, and the electrical that runs along here up to the windlass comes through the anchor locker, through a PVC tube. Well, the PVC tube wasn't sealed off, so I was just getting water coming onto the deck through those and just flooding underneath here. So it's a good thing that I didn't have anything stored there, because it would have just been ruined.
And it's a good thing it was water from the ocean and not from the holding tank.
Yeah, exactly. Although we've had that before too.
Yeah. I think every sailor will experience that at one point.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Well, thanks for that tour of the boat. It was,
you're welcome.
You put a lot into it, and it shows really well. So how did you get into boating, Bill?
Well, it's an interesting question. I remember my first recollection is when I was a little boy, probably 5, 6 years old, back in, that would have been the mid-60s, when it was the Ferro Cement was the big craze. And I remember walking a boatyard along the Fraser River with my dad. He was holding my hand, and it was rows and rows and rows of these Ferro Cement things. And my dad looked down at me and he said, "Kid, one of these is your ticket around the world." And I think it's between that and the Norwegian blood in me. I was born to be a sailor. But when I actually got on the water sailing, I was 30 years old, and I was going out with a girl that had done some sailing and had done a little bit of holiday sailing in Fiji and stuff. And so we decided to take the Cooper's boating course, and we did that and started chartering boats out of Cooper's. And then a friend of mine bought a boat, and I sailed on his boat with him, and he was a really good friend, and when he was out of town actually let me use the boat by myself, and then eventually I made enough money to buy my own boat, and I'm a happy bear about it.
That's good. And where's the furthest you've gone with this boat then?
With this boat, the furthest is probably only Desolation Sound would be the furthest north, and the furthest south is Bedwell Harbor. But we've had extended trips on the boat where we've been out. Well, the first couple of years, I think our longest stint was 2.5 months, and this last summer we did a 6-week stint. Last year, I think we were out for a couple of months. So we really use the boat, and I mean I'm here just about every day. You know, as you know, there's always something to do on a boat. A little project here, a little project there, or a wish list. But no, I just love being here. I love sleeping on the boat. I mean, I spend more time down here than I do in the apartment. You know? And I think my wife likes that for some reason.
Oh, well, there you go. Win-win.
Yeah, win-win, yeah.
Do you have any big plans for the future in terms of long-distance sailing?
You know, I do, because like I was telling you earlier, I've spent a lot of time in Mexico over the last number of winters, and I would really like to sail my boat down there. There's a passion in me to go offshore. I mean, I might get offshore and after a couple days go, whoa, this isn't for me, or maybe it is for me. But I really have a burning desire to do it. And I would really also like to do the Vic Maui yacht race. Not necessarily to compete as a hardcore racer, but to compete and finish. I think it would be a great experience. I know a few people have done it, and that's one that I would like to do as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they say the only things we regret in life are the things we didn't try.
Exactly.
So you mentioned before, this is a CNC 41.
Yes.
Built in 1985.
Yes.
And the length overall is 41?
It's the manufacturer's length overall is 40 feet 9 inches.
And what's the beam of the boat?
The beam is 12-11.
Because it feels quite beamy here.
It's a pretty beamy boat.
Yeah. And how about the draft?
The draft is it's carded as 7 feet 10 inches, but with all this crap I have on board, I'm sure it's a solid 8 feet.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, my boat somehow got deeper in the water too, I noticed, from what the manufacturer says.
And I ran out of water once.
Oh, okay.
That's why we lost the 2010 season.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but that's a story for another time.
All right. Speaking of stories for other times, have you thought about doing videos to share with everyone?
Yes, I have, and in fact, I've recently bought myself a GoPro, and I'm going through the learning curve right now, and I hope to start putting together videos soon myself. I found YouTube in, it was probably January of this year when I was in Mexico by myself after my wife came home, and I found some of the sailing sites like yourself and like your friend Mads and a number of the others, and you've all really inspired me, and I would like to become part of the fraternity and join you all.
Community.
The community.
The community.
Yeah.
And you have a beautiful boat, and you're a great person. I think it would be fun to watch you do some sailing adventures for sure.
Well, I look forward to making some adventures with you next summer.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And see both these beautiful boats in action.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Exchange tax.
Exactly. Exactly.
And just back to the draft of the boat, I'm assuming this is a fin keel with a spade rudder.
Yeah, fin keel spade rudder.
So it's a big boat for having that configuration.
Yeah.
But that would add a lot to its maneuverability.
It's amazing, and the pointability into wind. Like this boat sails so close to the wind. It's amazing. The first time I sailed it, I just kept shaking my head. I can't believe we're going this close to the wind. I can't believe we're going this close to the wind. It's like you can almost sail directly into it, and that's because of that great big keel under there. Keeps you into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's a sloop rig, so you have your head sail. Is it a 110, 120?
Right now, what I used last summer, I have a 3DL that's probably about a 150. It's a huge
it's a big,
sail.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I was out a few times when there was some good wind, but I just had too much sail on board to actually have a good sail. And you can't reef the 3DL; you'd destroy it really fast.
Yeah. So use it or don't use it.
Yeah.
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 And I noticed when we were up on top earlier, you have a system on your mainsail on the mast, and I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I put the bat car system on. It's a Harken system they have, where the sail, it's not actually attached to the mast, it's attached to a car that runs up the mast. And I tell you, if you're a purist and you don't want to have a furling main, which, sure, a furling main would be handy, but no, I'm more of a purist. I want to pull it up. And I tell you, the bat car, I can get that up there all by myself, just pulling from the mast to about probably inside a foot, and then my wife will just winch it off the end. And we got a big tall rig on this. That's I think I'm 67 feet off the water, 63 off the deck.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. That's a long ways up.
It's a long ways up. It's a big sail.
And I imagine dropping it would be just as easy.
You got to tail it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just flies
it just
down.
Fall off.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, having systems like that sure makes it easy and more enjoyable. Well, I think it's about time. I'm gonna have to get going. Have a date tonight with my daughter. We're going to see a movie, and then and I know you have some plans later tonight.
Yes, it's actually our installation dinner and dance this evening that we're having at the Capilano Golf and Country Club. So it's be the first time the wife and I have been able to go, because like I say, we've usually been in Mexico. So I'm really looking forward to the evening, and I'll say I'm going to have some good food.
So thanks so much again, Bill, for taking your day to show us the club, the marina, and the boat. It was the highlight for sure.
Alfie, no, the other way. Thank you so much for taking the time to come out and visit with me and have a look at the club and have a look at the boat. It's been fabulous. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks, that was fun.
Yeah.
Well, I just said my final goodbye to Bill there, and I want to say really big thank you to Bill for showing us the Burrard Yacht Club, the marina, and especially of his 1985 CNC 41. I was just blown away at how much work he has done to that boat and how well it shows. And really, the YouTube channel and the Facebook page, that's what it has been great for. I've networked with so many people and met so many people now that have a huge passion for sailing. And yeah, I really appreciate days like this. So I'm just about to head out and go get my daughter. We're going to go see a movie tonight and then up to Whistler tomorrow for the day. Just the two of us. So it'll be a fun weekend for us. And we'll see you guys on the next video.